What I'm about to tell y'all I haven't heard before, so I doubt you have either. Caitlin Clark has done is grown the WNBA exponentially. She did in 5 weeks what would have taken 5 years. And as it pertains to draft viewership, she did in 5 days what would have taken 5 years.
The WNBA's ticket sales, attendance, and viewership have alarmingly decreased, and the team was ousted from the playoffs last week due to Caitlin Clark's absence.
Chart right here. The Fever will have over 600,000 fans in attendance total this year, and the second best to that was in 1999 with the Washington Mystics at just over 400,000. So the Fever are going to account for over 200,000 more fans this year to their games.
In an attempt to draw people to watch, the WNBA is currently heavily marketing A.A. Wilson, but sadly, it isn't working.
Departure, do we think that these new WNBA fans are going to stick around for the rest of the playoffs? The Liberty Aces series might be one that draws some numbers. The disparity between 1.8 million and around 400,000 is wild, especially with football season being in full.
While some fans acknowledge that Caitlin's absence is problematic, others see it as an opportunity for her to get better media training because they think her responses to scandals have fallen short.
In a situation next year where I'm saying, do you remember when you people were giving her grace, saying that she's 22, media training is not there? 1 year afterwards, she's still in the same position.
Returning to Caitlin's supporters, they have simply stopped watching the WNBA because of the hate she was getting and the prejudice that was directed at her during the major games. Now that she is no longer playing, they are unable to handle it and have finally come to understand what the Caitlin Clark effect is. As Caitlin finally unwinds and puts her feet up, the WNBA will have to fight their way through the playoffs, doing everything in their power to save even half of the spectators. Caitlin would have been pushed, poked, and slammed to the ground by multiple other players without any fouls being called, and as a result, she was not given a third game against the Sun despite her outstanding performance.
Viewers for WNBA games that Caitlin Clark is not in is like 3 to 4 million. When she's in the game, when it's her game playing, it's like 17 million.
Yeah. Well, I also look at the attendance in the arena.
Yes.
It's 8 to 10,000 everywhere else. Caitlin Clark, 17, 18,000.
Although the WNBA has seen ups and downs over the years, it is certain that since Caitlin Clark joined the league, things have radically altered. Clark, a generational talent, has given the WBA the excitement and attention it has long craved. Her influence was immediate, not only in terms of her dominance on the court, but also in terms of how she drew casual viewers and admirers to her.
Clark, she is the first Division I player, and that is male or female, to record 3,000 points, 900 assists, and 800.
In many respects, the WNBA has completely collapsed, and it is now evident that Caitlin Clark's absence has led to a sharp decline for the league. When Clark was playing, the WNBA felt alive, with people who wouldn't normally watch women's basketball suddenly glued to their screens, anticipating what she would do next.
That have been calling for the equality, and now that there is the chance for them to start getting paid more because the exposure's up. Because it's her, you have people like, what's her name, Jamelia Hill or what? I can't stand her.
Yeah.
You got these women who are coming on here and they're saying it's because
Let's face it, without Clark, the WNBA is missing its spark, and the numbers back it up as viewership and attendance have taken a noticeable dive. Predictions heading into this playoff season had anticipated strong numbers, especially following Clark's breakout regular season. The league and its fans were optimistic, hoping that the interest Clark generated throughout the season would carry over into the playoffs, creating a surge in audience engagement and viewership, but those projections didn't materialize. Instead, since her exit, the stadiums aren't as packed as expected, and the TV ratings have taken a nosedive. To put things in perspective, when Caitlin Clark plays, she consistently draws in over 1 million viewers. That's right, 1 million people tune in just to watch her. This kind of viewership is nearly unprecedented for the WNBA in recent years, as the league had previously struggled to pull in such massive numbers. People arranged their schedules around her games, ensuring they could catch her live, either by attending in person or watching from home. The WNBA can hardly draw 300,000 viewers per game without Caitlin Clark, which is a startling decline in viewership that says volumes about her significance and influence. When Clark is on the court, people want to watch her play style, her personality, and her ability to deliver in clutch situations, making her an athlete who transcends the sport. But when she is not participating, it seems like no one cares.
There is a Caitlin Clark effect on all of basketball, and especially on women's basketball ratings. Kudos to her. She has elevated an entire sport in viewership.
The league, which was flourishing when she was playing, now seems to be hobbling towards the finish line, and the same level of excitement is just absent. Not only is Clark a fantastic player, but she is also a unique athlete that people find captivating, and when that quality isn't evident, the attraction. Although she can score from anywhere, drop dimes with accuracy, and dominate games on her own, Fades leaves the WNBA too soon to get the same level of attention as she did during her breakthrough season. Her influence extends well beyond the stat sheet. Few athletes are able to match Caitlin Clark's level of energy, excitement, and unpredictableness in every game she participates in. You never know what she'll do next, but you can be sure that whatever she does will be something special. This is why her games attract sold-out stadiums and why millions of people watch her from home, because she's more than just a player.
Clark is coming. Some people think she's already arrived. I don't. I think she's going to be even better. I think that what she has done for women's basketball, especially in this country, has been phenomenal. There is no woman, no matter how great you were as a player, Cheryl Swoops, there is no woman who should negate mentioning Caitlin Clark and what Caitlin Clark is doing for the game.
She is unquestionably magnetic. She doesn't simply play basketball. She puts on a show every time she takes the floor with her fearless demeanor and deep three-pointers. Fans are drawn to Clark because she has the unique ability to make every game feel like an event that you don't want to miss. They feed off her energy, passion, and unwavering drive to win. However, when she isn't playing, the WNBA loses that magic and the league becomes less of a spectacle and more like just another basketball game, which regrettably doesn't draw the same attention. Even the most devoted WNBA fans find it difficult to stay involved without her presence because the spark she brings is irreplaceable, and when she's not playing, the excitement fizzles, leaving a noticeable void that no other player or team seems able to fill.
Number 1 in jersey sales, Angel Reese 2, Sabrina 3, Kate Martin 4. We talked about this earlier in the season. I feel sad that Kate Martin also hasn't gotten as much playing time the second half of the season. I feel like she deserves more, or maybe she deserves a different team. How crazy would that be if she went to Indiana?
Fans find this situation even more frustrating because of the way the WNBA appears to handle Caitlin Clark while she is playing. You would think that a player of her caliber, attracting large crowds and elevating the league, would be protected and respected on the court, but time and time again, referees have treated Caitlin unfairly by refusing to give her the same calls that other players in the league would readily receive. Whether she is fouled on the perimeter or hacked on drives, the whistles hardly ever seem to go her way. Rather than acknowledging her talent and guaranteeing a level playing field, officials have continuously permitted her to be treated like the issue on the court. This disrespect from the referees is perplexing, especially in light of Clark's significance to the league's success. It seems as though the WNBA is unaware that she is their greatest asset, and rather than promoting and safeguarding their rising star, they permit her to be mistreated. The league doesn't want her to succeed, or worse, doesn't care about the harm that this treatment causes. Fans are aware of this and are fed up with it. They can tell when a player is being unfairly singled out, and the ongoing prejudice against Caitlin has made many of them lose faith in the league. Rather than encouraging the passion and devotion that Clark brings to the WNBA, this abuse is driving fans away, leading them to wonder about the league's goals. Though extremely devoted, Clark's fans are also tired of the hate, bias, and treatment Caitlin endures on the court, whether it comes from rival players who single her out, referees who seem to be harsher on her than anyone else, or even the league itself. It frequently seems like there is an agenda against her, and instead of celebrating their biggest star, the WNBA seems to allow unfair treatment to continue. As a result, many fans have reached their breaking point and have stopped watching, asking why they should support a league that goes to great lengths to discredit its most talented and marketable player.
Swoops, all y'all other haters out there, and I'm gonna call you out, man, because it's blatantly obvious why you're hating on the young lady. If she was black, man, everybody be going crazy about Caitlin Clark right now. But she not. And what I appreciate about it is just that. She ain't stereotypical.
Fans' decision to boycott WNBA games following Caitlin's elimination from the playoffs isn't just about her absence from the postseason, it's about the underlying principle. They've seen how she's been treated throughout the season, endured prejudice from officials, and had no protection from the league. Now, they're expressing that they won't interact with a product that doesn't defend or promote its biggest star, and many fans feel cut off from the WNBA without Caitlin, which is reflected in the sharp decline in viewership. Clark's fan following is loyal to her, not the league as a whole. Without her participation, they would have no incentive to keep watching, and it demonstrates how the WNBA's failure to treat Caitlin equitably has caused a reaction that is currently hurting its financial results. The harsh truth is that the WNBA will suffer greatly without Caitlin Clark. Prior to her arrival, the league frequently struggled to keep its mainstream attention. Sure, there were well-known players and a devoted fan base, but the general public's interest was lacking, and the league frequently found itself eclipsed by other sports and found it difficult to enter the larger discourse. It is evident that Kate Clark has single-handedly revitalized the WNBA, and without her, the league is once again facing an uphill battle. Caitlin Clark changed all of that, but now that she is gone, the WNBA is reverting to its previous state of struggling to attract the public's attention. The interest that once surged during Clark's games has now faded, and the league is struggling with a lack of excitement.